Okay, what is a 14th Amendment citizenship? All this time we were wondering, how can they get away with this? Why aren't the representatives saying nothing? What are they doing? Let me explain to you. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States creates a citizenship of the United States as distinct from that of the states. Remember, I told you yesterday that the United States is a foreign entity, which is located in the District of Columbia. All right, so they created a citizenship for the United States as distinct from that of the states. Okay, it says this class of citizen of the United States was new. It was unknown to the Constitution prior to 1868. This was not the status of our forefathers. Okay, privileges and immunities clause of the 14th Amendment protects only those rights peculiar to being citizen of the federal government. It does not protect those rights which relate to state citizenship. Alright, it says it goes without saying that the federal government can regulate the privileges that it creates. By definition, citizenship is the basis of a person's relationship with the government. In a legal sense, everything else is built upon it. Therefore, since 14th Amendment citizenship is a privilege, every aspect of the citizen's life could be potentially regulated. Okay? Worst of all, this new class of citizen does not have the right to invoke the protections of the Bill of Rights as explained in the following Supreme Court case. And then they go on and they cite cases where a person thought that they could invoke their rights or the protection of the Bill of Rights and was only slapped down. Alright? I mean, we have really been bamboozled, folks. We're really not citizens of the United States of America or the continental United States. All right, they made us citizens of this corporation, the United States Incorporation. Okay, incorporated. All right, it says that as a corporation created in England, it came under the jurisdiction of England. This entitled England to create laws as England saw fit to do. Excuse me. Establish those laws in the United States, and everyone who at that time was a 14th Amendment citizen was subject to obey those laws. That's why I went through what is a 14th Amendment citizen first. This also placed the Congress of the United States above that portion of what we think is the Constitution, not under the authority of the Constitution. Copyrighted, remember? The Bill of Rights, the only Bill of Rights left at this time is 4 amendments, the 13th, 14th, 15th, and the 16th. That is all the courts are required to take cognizance of when you appear in their courts. The 1929 stock market crash and the Great Depression that followed placed the American people in desperation, homeless, poverty, and even starvation. The minds of the people were focused on survival. They were then in a condition to accept any handout given by the government, no matter what the cost to their freedoms. We were drawn in as 14th Amendment citizens through the registration of our birth certificates. We were further enticed deeper into that system by volunteering for many other licenses and privileges given by the government. We were also made enemies of the United States. This act gave the United States authority, under the laws of war and as a captured people, to force anything on us that they choose to create, which is what they've been doing. Then in 1976, Congress removed any semblance of justice in our court system with Senate Bill 94-201 and 94-381. From this point forward, the officers of the court can construe and construct the laws to mean anything they choose them to mean. As 14th Amendment citizens, we are not citizens of the America we have always thought. We are actually citizens of England through the corporation of the United States. There is no law today except this fiction of copyrighted statutes, to be interpreted by judges who construe and construct whatever they choose to have those statutes mean. We as sovereigns irresponsibly recognize the Crown of England, the IMF, as principal of America. In reality, the IMF was the creditor of the United States, a corporation, but never you. Okay? The creditor of the United States designed invisible contracts to ensnare the sovereign people of America as subjects. The creditor of the United States implemented the invisible contracts through apparent color of law, and the sovereigns irresponsibly agreed. We as sovereigns, through the invisible contracts, and our irresponsibility to reject the creditor's IMF ideas, have voluntarily given our substance to the mythical creator of our situation, which always goes back to the Federal Reserve, which always goes back to the international banking cartel. So, as you can see, folks, we are mighty deep in it. This is the reason why they're saying, you know what, this is not your country. We're allowing you to stay here and have privileges. And here we are thinking that we're actually citizens of the United States of America, or the continental United States. Okay, but no, we are actually subjects to the Queen of England through them being able to take charge of, because of the bankruptcy of the United States Incorporated, and we all fall up under them now because our states signed on to the bankruptcy. They maybe unwittingly or maybe even knowingly knew that they were signing us over to be 14th Amendment citizens and taking away our unalienable rights, which is what they've done. So that's how come they feel that they can do what they want to us. They can say, here, this is what we're going to enact on you. This is what you're going to have to take. You're going to have to do whatever we tell you to do. We don't have to get your opinion on nothing because you're really not citizens. We really don't have any voting rights. This is all a farce, people. And I would encourage you to look at the sites that I give you, so that you can make sure that this gets around. It needs to be spread. I'm not talking about my video going viral, but make sure that those links go viral, so that the people of the continental United States of America need to know that we've been bamboozled. We're not free people, and we haven't been since 1933. You know, and it just amazes me. What the hell do you do? But go and take back your right by giving them back your corporation that you didn't sign up for, and taking back your Christian name. And listen, we need to make sure that we let these people know that we're no longer stupid. We're not going to take their crap laying down. We want our status back as free people. That's how it was intended to be. That's how when we even gave over to the federal government the little bit of power that we gave them, it was just to make sure that they regulate everything. But we didn't know at the time that the bankers were in charge of it. And you got stupid ass Bill O'Reilly wanting to down everybody who says that 9/11 was an inside job. Hell yeah, it was an inside job. Our government is not the continental United States of American citizens' government. The government that turned on the American people is the United States Incorporation. So yeah, hell yeah, I believe that the government that is posing as our government turned on our people, or turned on its debtors to knock us off, to make it seem like it was another race or entity doing it. And yes, of course, the Muslims had everything to do with it. Trust me, I know they did. But at the same time, I know that this foreign corporation called the United States Incorporated did turn on the American people. And we need to do something about that. And there's no way in hell that we should just sit back and just look at my video and then say, damn, that's messed up, and then go about our business as though nothing, as though everything could change just because you notice. We got to make things happen, people. You got to start writing and faxing and calling your congressman and letting them know, I know what you're really about. I know what you're upholding, and you're no longer going to represent me. You know, we got to start letting these people know that we are free people. We no longer want to be the debtors or be the collateral or the chattel for this foreign entity, the United States government, to continue to live off our backs and continue to regulate us, and they don't have the authority to do so. We didn't tell the governors or whoever at the time to sign us up for this. So we have every right to take our freedom back, and we got to begin to take our freedom back starting today, people. Make sure that the links on this video go viral ASAP. Peace.